Hello everybody, back again, and how are you today? This will be the first of two videos I am doing and I'm uploading. This one is my thoughts on the sixth Doctor story with Mark of Rani. The other one will be my thoughts about Russell T Davies returning to Doctor Who as showrunner. I'll talk about my thoughts on that one, but this one, Doctor Who, the Mark of Rani, and also the Master for some reason. What do I think of this story? Well, I really like it. I think it's a nice, story with some beautiful imagery. The score is amazing. The costumes are fantastic. Colin Baker has absolutely nailed his Doctor at this point. Apart from the TARDIS scene, seriously, I don't get the TARDIS scenes in this season. They always portray him as some sort of mardy arse. He's grumpy, he's angry all the time, he's short-tempered. And then when he gets to the planet that we're going to, it's a completely different Doctor. He's a Doctor that you would want to be friends with. He is confident. He's like a child at times, finding stuff that he's loving. Like the scene where he's with George Stephenson looking at his steam engine, and he's on the floor, he's having a great time with it, like you would if you met one of your heroes. So it almost seems like the TARDIS scenes are written by Eric Saywood, and then the planet scenes are written by the story writers, which in this case are Pip and Jane Baker with their first story. Now, Pip and Jane Baker get a lot of flack from Doctor Who fans. Some of it is justified with regards to a script, but a lot of it isn't. This is the only story, in my opinion, the only story they wrote where they had a clear idea of what they wanted to do, and with minimum studio interruption or BBC interruption or interference or whatever, they did it. They got from A to B to C and stories end. With the other stories, it wasn't like that. They had to do last minute rewrites several times. But this one, with the exception of a Master who is back for some reason, this is pretty much their story. You got Kate O'Mara, who's introduced as Rani, and she is brilliant. She's a worthy replacement for a Master, who I mentioned is in the story for some reason. And it's a shame that he's in it, because he died in Planet of Fire. That was it. He was done. He was gone. So they make Rani, and then Eric Saywood and JNT wanted the Master back. And what does he do in the story? Bugger all. Oh no, sorry. I'll address that. He draws the Doctor's TARDIS to Earth. That's it. Literally, any other script, any other writer of script could have done that. The Doctor could have been like, "Oh, there's a TARDIS, another TARDIS on this Earth in this time period that we're going to. Let's go investigate." And that would have been it. But the Master doesn't do anything. He's a bumbling idiot. He is shown up time and time again by Rani and the Doctor. Rani has a brilliant line where she says that he'd get dizzy if he walked in a straight line, and he would. There's no explanation for his survival at the end of Planet of Fire. It just says, "I am indestructible, the entire universe knows that." And that's it. I say he doesn't do anything. He keeps stealing Rani's toys, and then he proceeds to make himself look like an idiot. He can't hypnotise Luke unless he has a fob watch or a crystal or whatever it is he uses. Well, say it, don't spray it. And this is possibly the Master's worst story, because he adds nothing to it. And to top it all off, he even kills a dog. For cunt. So it's like, wipe out half the universe by all means, but you do not kill dogs. You just don't. You just don't. What a cunt. But yeah, he doesn't add anything. And in part one or part two, he turns somebody's neck over and sees like what's clearly a makeup mark. He says, "Huh, for Mark of Rani." Oh, there we go. Episode title. Yeah, that's it. And at the end, Rani and the Master trapped in Rani's TARDIS, which by the way is fucking gorgeous. Seriously, that is the best TARDIS interior we've seen in the entire series up to this point. It's fantastic, and I wish more could have been done. But it's a shame that the Doctor didn't have something like that. Oh, if you haven't seen it, look at it. I'm sure there's pictures galore on Google and that lot. It's magnificent. But yeah, anyway, they're trapped in Rani's TARDIS. The Doctor sabotages it to go off to the end of the universe. And there's a T-Rex in there. Don't ask me, it's just a T-Rex that's growing. And there's like, they're trapped, stuck to the walls because of G-force. And go, the T-Rex is growing. And that's it, it's the last you see them. And it's almost like Pip and Jane Baker, or whoever, forgot that it's a time machine. Because the Doctor leaves. He leaves at the end, his job's done. There's nothing to stop the Rani and Master coming back 10 minutes later. Nothing at all. And you've got, there's a minefield, which turns people into trees, which is really quite stupid, actually. The Doctor leaves a field full of them. Cheers, Doctor. Wow, I might sound like I'm shitting on this story a lot. I'm not intending to. I'm just pointing out some of its flaws, because I do love this story. As I say, the score is great. The costumes are magnificent. Colin Baker, Kate O'Mara are fantastic. I love that Nicola Bryant, she is genuinely afraid of the Master when she first sees him. And for most of the story, she's afraid of him. For good reason, after Planet of Fire. And I love that. It's a nice bit of characterisation you don't always get in this era of Doctor Who. And when the Master, the Doctor and Rani are together on screen, they are superb. I do love the chemistry they all have. Even though the Master doesn't add anything to the story, which I said before. Yeah, it's the cast mainly that sell this one. With the score and the scenery and that lot. It's a nice story. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. That is quite a good rating for me, for Mark and Verona. It's a story that I'll happily choose to watch. Even if it's just background noise, other ones give my full attention. There are some odd things like the Master's disguised as a scarecrow. Imagine him just sat in the field for days or weeks on end, just stood there, doing nothing, just watching as a scarecrow. That's why not. I'm sure we've all wanted to do that at some point in time. Yeah, 8 out of 10. This story is really nice. It's Pip and Jane Baker's arguably their best script for Doctor Who. And yeah, my next review will be for the 2 Doctors. I do not know when that'll be, simply because, well, it's been several weeks since my last one and this one. So yeah, have a good weekend and I'll see you all soon. Bye.